they tell me that all the Ford cars will be painted red next year.
No.
Simp. How's that? Boo. The state law insists that any tin can made to carry gasoline must be painted red. That's just fun. Welcome back to Strong's Garage.
Yeah, you got Matt, Jim here.
And it's a new year.
A new year, yes.
Yeah, 2024.
Same old shop, new year.
Absolutely. Well, today we thought we'd do something fun. We got a lot of positive engagement from the Babbitt bearing rod video that we did, the connecting rod video. If you haven't seen it, you can watch it. So we thought we'd show the other part of the process, the line boring of the main Babbitt bearing.
Exactly. You know, rods and mains go together like a head and a hat.
That's absolutely it. And so we just want to take a second also to thank all you folks for watching, liking, commenting, subscribing. Thanks to all the patrons. And we got to thank one patron here named Paul Stanley.
Yeah.
He sent us a little care package for Christmas, including this nice little Christmas card and a bag of coffee, which we've used.
Yeah, it's pretty empty. It was really good, though.
It was quite good. But a little array of nice little accessories that he sent us, one of which is this tire gauge.
Mm-hmm.
It's a Schrader gauge, and it's for the Ford car. The Model A Ford, so you can't use it on anything but that. But it's in its little leather satchel, and it's absolutely beautiful. What a nice little gift. These are so cool. Go in a little collection with the other styled ones, so we got one of every kind now, almost.
Yeah, very nice piece. We got this little standard service car care record here.
Yeah, that's
know your driving costs. And so for a lot of us, we don't really want to know such a thing.
Yes, but
yeah, never filled out.
Smiles per gallon, Jim. Not miles per gallon. That's right.
And in letting us know there are more than 23,000 Standard Oil dealers at your service. And so you can put your name, your car key number, and engine number, and all of that. Who to identify in an emergency. And then lots of just room for information, yeah.
Lubrication. What, 1941?
Let's take a peek. Front or back?
I think it's in the back of this calendar.
Oh, there's a calendar. 39 to 41.
There we go. So it could be 1939, I guess.
Wonderful. And there's all sorts of things you can get at Standard.
We should right away.
Yeah. Furnace oil, fin oil, polishes, batteries, and everything.
No way into it. So that's a nice little treat.
Yeah.
And one thing that I'm really quite looking forward to, because I've been having lots of trouble with my wheels getting stolen, is these 1920s wheel locks. There's 4 in here with 4 keys, so you can lock up your wheels.
Yeah,
so nobody steals them. They're neat.
You might be confused with wheel locks brand. These are actually tire locks brand wheel locks.
They go right on top of your stud, so you can't. And those are cool in the box. He also sent this beautiful little Sterling pocket ammeter, which is also new old stock in the box, and that's cool. And we do have some old Caterpillars around, so he sent us an old Caterpillar book for the D4600 engine, and it's for the diesel and diesel electric set. So if we get a generator, we'll be set. But these are handy little books, these things. So anyway, Paul, thanks for that. We really appreciate it. They got to a good home. We'll get them on display here. But I think the best thing to do is probably get to work, eh?
Oh, that's probably, yeah. So we'll pay the bills more than gabbing. So.
Yeah, let's get to work. Hey, here we are in the machine shop.
Yeah, we've got a engine from 1932 Chevrolet, 194 cubic inch, cast iron wonder that came in for re-babbitting.
Yeah, that's neat. The Babbitt itself is not lead based at all. It has tin, antimony, and
Copper.
Copper, yeah.
Yeah.
And then it comes out in little fine little hairs.
Yeah, you shave it all down to just nothing. Very nice to machine, which is a real treat.
The Chevys are cool. The Fords, probably lots of other ones, but the Fords for sure that we work on, you pour the Babbitt directly into the block, whereas the Chevrolet has these little brass inserts that get Babbitted, and then they get line bored.
Yeah, which is much nicer for Babbitting because, well, the Babbitt likes to stick to it.
Yeah.
With the Ford with the cast iron, sometimes you have a real bugger with this oil-soaked cast trying to get it to tin and stick. But yeah, no, it sticks beautifully, and yeah, easy to go in and out.
So Jim's been working away on it. He's got it all set up on the old Tobin ARP here. He's done these two, but we thought people like the connecting rod video so much, we thought we'd show you how the mains are cut, and on a Chev, something a little different.
Yeah, exactly. See how the Chevys are done. So the one imperative thing on this, well, there's two, I guess.
All right, at the front, you've got your crank gear. And Jim made a little piece to go into the Tobin ARP to line it up, and we had the cam in there because the gear lash is imperative on all engines, and we're setting the bore, so we got to square the block in. And like Jim was saying, on the Chevy, the bell housing is imperative that it fits because it pilots the transmission and sort of connects the whole unit from
Yeah, it keeps everything in line, and they want, yeah, well, within 15 thou, and if not, it'll be hard on the main bearings, and yeah, we just don't need that.
Nobody needs that.
No.
So I'll bring it in, and Jim can show you what he's done here, and Babbitt Bearing World.
Yeah. Right on. Well, here we are. We've got our 2 main bearings cut here. So yeah, number 1 here is looking really nice. Cut to size. And the other neat thing about these Chevs, or I don't know if it's neat or not, but they have 3 different main bearing sizes. We're on a Ford and many others. It's all the same for the 3 mains and just different lengths. So yeah, this is 2-inch. This is 2 and 62.5 thou, and this is 2 and 125 thou. So yeah, it's nice. The thrust is on the middle on these Chevs as well, which is a different feature. The Ford has it on the back. But yeah, we'll be cutting this back one. So we've got these arms that move with the machine. So yeah, we've got our 2 arms here positioned as close as we can, but you need a little space to set your cutter and for the cutter to pass through. But being that close gives you a very nice rigid cut. And we've got the toolbar here, the cutting bar. We'll slide this through. And yeah, it's a very nice polished shaft that runs in these brass bearings. And we got the cutter here, which is just a piece of tool steel that's been ground with a little V profile, and it seems to work quite well. So yeah, so what we do here when we set up for a cut, we get it lined up on this side. It feeds to the left, so we'll you can get it to feed both ways, but I prefer it to the left. So alright, so we've touched our cutter off on our material here, and so it's sticking out about 900, our diameter we're cutting is 900 1 inch, 900 thou. So we'll take some 50, 75 thou roughing cuts just to get us closer to where we got to be here. So, and since we just made a mold, it's not overly round here, so for the first couple cuts it'll be somewhat interrupted. But yeah, we've got this wonderful little setting gauge here. It's a Starrett and purpose made for the Tobin ARP. And so yeah, we'll set this here to 50. Stick the tool out, tighten it up a little bit, and just push it in. There we go. Alright, away we go. Okay, we'll set up for another cut here. So we'll go to, so we'll take another 50 thou off, bring it to 2 inches. Perfect. Yeah, this one will be 2 inches and 50 thou. And away we go. Okay, so we'll take it to 2 inches and 100 thou, getting us within 25 thou. Perfect, so we're going to pull our toolbar out and just do a little check, see where we're at, where we got to be. Oh, perfect. Good. All right, we've made our final cut here. So we're going to take a measure. We should have about 2 thou oil clearance, so it should be 2.127. Put our snap gauge in here. We snap it over. Bring it out. Put in our micrometer here. Here we go, 1.5 thou to 2, just what we like to see for this kind of stuff. Leave the factory spec was between 1 and 3, so we're well within that. And yeah, so now we can fit our crankshaft in and go from there.
Well, Jim's got the preliminary cleanup done and the crank fitted.
Yeah, crank's in there, it spins very nice.
Yeah, look at that.
So much better than the
before, I think
no bearings and 40 thou.
Yeah, you could take a bar and you could move this front bearing up and down about 50-60 thou. So
yeah,
this is much nicer. So now the rods are perfect, so they can go in. But first thing we got to do is Jim is going to show you how these Chevys work. They're pretty cool. That's the one we cut here for the video.
Yeah, so yeah, you can see it there. It's got very good, at least like 90% contact. Just kind of what you're aiming for with the old Babbitt. And see here, coax this shell to come out of its home here now that it's so comfortable. See.
Good work, fellas. There's something wrong here, though.
Oh, look at this guy!
Yeah, it is.
I don't even know where Matt's cup is.
Oh, it's right there.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah.
Here's Jim's cup.
Thanks.
You guys on camera with coffee. This is weird.
Yeah, look at that. There's Alex with the coffee. Thank you, sir.
You guys got a drink, right?
Cheers.
Cheers.
Thanks, buddy.
You bet.
There you go. Thanks, Alex. Wow.
Serves with a smile. So yeah, after a little bit of coaxing, you can see it's no different than a regular insert shell. And you can see on that there's maybe 60-70 thou of Babbitt. Quite a bit more actually than stock because this crank has really been whittled down.
It's a bit tiny.
Yeah, I think it's about 60 under, which is in most cases pretty bad. But 32, they upped the journal size, so and counterweighted it. So, and pouring Babbitt, it should be no problem for the life of ease that this thing's going to see.
Yeah, it's not going to see the same abuse that it once did when it was a new
Confederate
sedan.
rocky roads and driving cross country. It'll be on the retirement plan. So
that's the Chevy in a nutshell, and there's the crank fitted. And
there'll be a bunch of various little oil holes we got to drill. We've yet to cut oil grooves in it, and yeah, it'll be a great little thing. All right, I'll show you some of the joyous parts of this beautiful Tobin ARC. It's, I believe, March of 1951, old machine. But yeah, so it's got these 3 removable arms. This one's just a guide kind of for your drive rods. These 2 have the very nice precision bushings in them for holding the bearing bar. So it's got 2 releases. Releases the back, and these arms just come right off. And you can place them wherever. So, move it over here. Out of the way. Back our bar a little farther here. This one out of the way as well. And I guess I can show you the fixturing here. So down here, it's got these 2 very nice little parallels that are adjustable in height as well as side to side. So when you get your engine in, it's got these wonderful little dial indicators that fit snugly in there with a little micrometer fitting on the end. So you stab it in there and you can swipe your bore And then with these you can adjust up, down, and side to side to completely dial in your centers and to get your crank to cam center perfect, and then as well as on the back end out to your tail shaft. And yeah, if you bring it this way, we'll look at the drive unit, which is quite famed on the Tobin ARPs because it's a nice hydraulic drive. And so down here there's a little motor, runs this pulley. The pulley runs a not only the drive shaft, but there's a eccentric on the cam there, and it runs this little hydraulic pump which comes to your valve. And so this is the neutral position. You can feed that way, you can feed out, as well as you can adjust your feed speed with this little valve. And it also, for cutting thrusts, you run it up against this little sleeve with graduations, and you spin that and you can get your thrusts on one side or the other. So very very handy, capable line boring unit.
Just wait there on the bearing here. The ACME lives again, eh?
Yeah, chilly drive.
Oh yeah,
Test drive.
30 below today. But the old truck, which came in, it probably hadn't ran in 40 plus years. It had the world's oldest gas. It took everything we had to get the gas out of it. It was like tar, but it's neat. It's got a Continental 6-cylinder. Got her running. Just cleaned it up. Rebuilt the vacuum fuel pump and the fuel system.
Yeah, it doesn't only just run, it runs great.
Excellent. It's an all wood cab. We had to clean it up, put a tail light on it off a Model T. It's as close as we could find, but looks pretty good on there. And we had to fix this tire, which is about 90 years old.
Oh, that was a bear.
It took 3 of us 3 hours to get that
100
off.
fly from the head and off, and
That
100
sucker
years.
is about 2 inches thick each side. It's unreal. But we thought it'd be cool to save these neat old rock lug tires because they're so cool.
Yeah, the Goodyear rock lug.
Made in Canada.
Yes.
And the creature comforts in this truck are very little. One of the strange things about this truck is the seating position. The clutch and brake come at a very funny angle. It makes it very hard to drive.
Yeah, you need a real weird jointed feet for that.
But we got the timing and all this stuff was seized up, so that's all freed up. It's got the horn. We had to tune it and get it working. So that works.
The lights all work now?
Yeah, I got all the lights, all 3 of them. 2 headlights and a nice little tail light. And dim, it's really cool. It uses a single filament bulb with a resistor to run dim lights. So that's kind of neat. The fuel tank under the seat's really cool. It's the, you can't really see it, but it's the original fuel tank. We had it steamed out. And it says Cadillac Sheet Metal Company, Cadillac, Michigan. So the Cadillac, Michigan area where this truck was made when it was new. This truck must have been a really nice original truck when they restored it because a lot of the wood is actually original, believe it or not. So that's a lot of wood in this cab.
Oh, mostly wood, yeah.
And I guess these trucks are quite rare. I've never seen one. I like it. I think it's very cool.
That was a very cool truck.
It's got nice big headlights and this cool grille which has this neat apron piece that covers right down to the bottom. It's a pretty stout truck though. It's
for sure. Yeah, these very cool brass
cool
spring mounted
rad
radiator
mount. Yeah, that's cool.
for your real wicked roads.
But overall, it's gonna be a nice little parade truck for the fella to go in his little museum, and hopefully we get to drive it again because it's pretty fun to drive.
Oh, for sure. Hopefully it's warmer weather.
Yeah, it'd be nice with less inclement weather, but now you gotta test drive when you can, you know. Anyway, so that's the 1928 Acme. Another one finished here. We'll see that every day. Well, there you have it. That's how you line bore with the Tobin ARP on a Chev.
Yeah, really neat. Same basic principle of just getting all your bearings in a line. And,
Yeah. And the Acme.
And the Acme, which is a really cool truck.
And for those of you that stuck around, we've got a real nice treat. A new segment on the show here. We've got a book of Ford jokes that we got from our friend Scott Newstead at Cold War Motors. And it's compliments of the Standard Thermometer Company, which happens to also be the Standard Speedometer Company. And there's a bit of propaganda in here mixed in, but we're going to read a few jokes. We're going to read a joke now and then in our videos. These are quite funny if you're into Fords. Okay, let's start with this one, Jim.
Okay.
Officer.
Yeah.
Hey, yous. You've been going 30 miles an hour. Come around to the sergeant. The motorist. Ooh. See this standard speedometer here on my dash? Couldn't lie, even if I tried. Officer looks in. Enough said, go ahead.
Wow.
Oh wait, that's the propaganda.
What a knee slapper.
Wait a minute, that's the propaganda. Let's see here. Let's get a joke going. Boob. They tell me that all the Ford cars will be painted red next year.
No.
Simp. How's that? Boob. The state law insists that any tin can made to carry gasoline must be painted red. That's just one of many.
Yeah.
So we'll get into these. They're quite funny. Anyways, thanks for watching, folks. We'll catch you on the next one.